because it's sharing stories, right? Poems are kind of stories too, but this is actually a story. It's a true story, and this is a story. It's a travel story, as I told Sam. So it's a travel story baseline, and I'm sure there's a lot of familiar faces here. So a lot of you know, I used to live at the Poet Pad, nice apartment downtown Victoria. Wonderful, crazy, chaotic place. I lived with a bunch of pirates, beatboxing pirates, 5 of them. It was really crazy. Like there was 2 of us who lived there, and then Scott went to Burning Man, and then I took off on the road with a bunch of musicians. Oh, I can go on the road and do this poetry thing all across Western Canada. Ooh. So I had 2 weeks before I did that I was the only person in this apartment. So split level 2-bedroom apartment, and 2 bedrooms up top in the bathroom. Downstairs, there's a kitchen and a living room. The last 2 weeks I was there, it's just me. Oh wow, it's a big space to have just me. Scott and I talked about turning this place into kind of a more of a communal living situation, and turning one room into kind of the dorm, and doing something fun with the other room, and maybe another dorm, who knows, depending on how many people. So I come back from tour, and all of a sudden there's like 6 official residents of this apartment. One of the bedrooms has been turned into a recording studio. There's like this Lego fortress dorm thing going on in the other room with milk crates and mattresses and pillows and blankets. And so there's 6 official people living there, 3 or 4 travelers or whatever, kind of mostly living there. And then whoever wound up there at the end of the night didn't feel like leaving, sort of sleeping there. So there was nights that there'd be like 11 or 12 people there. This kind of concerns 3 of them and myself. Scott, Dragon, and Alex are the outspoken wordsmiths, right? They're on tour right now, like in Edmonton, I believe. Kind of taking the time, going across Canada. They left here basically 2nd week of January or something like that. Spent a couple weeks into the tour. Officially started night before New Year's Eve for Cyclistas, and then they spent 2 weeks in Victoria doing beatboxing workshops and shows. And then they went to Vancouver, did beatboxing workshops and shows. There was a pirate party going on in Vancouver, which is really appropriate because there's these beatboxing pirates in Vancouver. Plus, there's this little cool magical place called the Trout House, and so I met up with them at the Trout House. We were gonna have dinner with Scott's parents. I've known Scott for like 12 years. We went to high school together, and so I know his parents really well. So it's exciting. Dinner with Scott's parents, yeah. They're fun. And so Dragon had gotten a ride to Nelson. I get to Scott's place. So Scott and Alex and myself and my friend Lauren, who traveled over with me, and we're all gonna have dinner. Dragon's already on the way to Nelson. He got all the gear. He got a ride share. We're still trying to figure out our ride share to Nelson. Okay. We get a phone call from Dragon after dinner, and actually the car broke down. Dragon spent the whole day in Hope waiting for the car to get repaired. Then they went back to Vancouver, and we're leaving the next morning. And my plan was to leave the next morning and hitchhike to Nelson. So I had some friends I wanted to visit in Nelson. And then I was going to, I don't remember the days of the week, but anyway, 2 days, I had to go 2-day window to get to Nelson. And then the next morning after getting to Nelson, I would be on a bus to Merritt. And in Merritt, I was supposed to go for a 10-day silent, segregated meditation called Vipassana. And so we woke up the next morning at the Trout House in Vancouver. It's a rain, blistery, miserable day. I don't really want to spend about 3.5 hours on public transit buses to get out to Langley and then go stand in the rain and start hitchhiking. Maybe I'll just hang out here, and I can do the whole haul from Vancouver to Nelson tomorrow, like Tuesday. So this is Monday. There, we have the days all sorted out. So this is Monday. A bunch of us go for breakfast. And at breakfast, it comes up that one of the residents of the Trout House is going to Abbotsford to vote. It's election day, and her address is still in Abbotsford, and her dad lives there, and she was going to go spend a few days there. Hey, can I get a ride to Abbotsford? That's perfect. It's a little ways out of the city. It's a good momentum to start for hitchhiking. So I get this ride to Abbotsford. It's about 5 o'clock, and they drop me off. Now 5 o'clock is not that late, unless it's dark. And 5 o'clock is kind of late to be hitchhiking. So, but I'm like, whatever. I'm under a light. There's the on-ramp here. There's plenty of places to look. As long as I make it to Hope tonight, I'll sleep in Hope. About 2.5 hours, 3 hours later, I beatboxed for almost the whole time. I didn't normally beatbox before that trip. And I still don't do it a whole heck of a lot, but I do it a little more now. I'm standing there going, shit, I'm about to be silent for 10 days. So I was kicking off some fat, like, dub beats on the side of the road, and that was kind of fun. But after 2.5, 3 hours, nothing. Okay, I'm going to go to Abbotsford. Abbotsford's probably got a movie. I've never been to Abbotsford. So they've probably got a movie theater. I'm going to walk into town, go see a movie, grab a cup of coffee, and then decide if I want to walk to Chilliwack. find a coffee shop or squat somewhere. And on the way into town, I saw this really cool treehouse in somebody's backyard. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll come sleep in this treehouse. Really cool. So I'll find a movie theater. Cool, right on. They got a movie theater in Abbotsford. I'm going to go see what's planned. It's about 7:30. I want to see a late show that, make it a little later in the evening when I'm done with this movie. And I'm crossing the parking lot. There's this car kind of in the sideline of my vision coming along. And in my head, I'm starting to get all frustrated. Like, why the hell are you going really slow? Would you just hurry up and drive the fuck by so I can just walk and not break stride? And I hear this kind of laugh, and I look. It's Tony and her dad, who had just dropped me off on the side of the highway like 3.5 hours ago. The only two people in Abbotsford that I know, they happen to be returning a video to the video store in the same plaza as the movie theater that I was going to go see a movie at. So Tony's like, well, the universe just put him in our lap. We can't, I can't leave him out in the cold. Her dad's like, fine, okay, go grab a cup of coffee. I'll meet you guys over there. She's like, okay, this is awesome. My stepmom, she works in Chilliwack at she leaves at 6 in the morning, so you can get a ride to Chilliwack at 6 in the morning. Awesome. I'm at Chilliwack at 6:30 in the morning. I'm totally going to make it to Nelson. Absolutely. So, whatever, we watch a bunch of South Park and the Jon Stewart show and kind of laugh and talk and do all that. The next morning, 6 o'clock comes around. Get this ride to Chilliwack. Right on. Tony's stepmom's really cool. I'm getting out of the car. Cool, thanks a lot. She's like, oh, here, take this, is all I got. She's handing me a $10 bill. She said, get a cup of coffee. I don't know where you get your coffee, but I've never spent $10 on a cup of coffee before. And I had about 2.5 cups of coffee before we left their place. Okay, cool, I'll get a cup of coffee later. Thank you. This guy picks me up, and he's like, oh, well, I'm going to Hope. I'll drop you off at Hope. So he drops me off kind of at the bottom of Hope. There's still about 7 exits to go to the junction that I want to be at. So I walk 8 kilometers. 7, 8 kilometers, I think, ish. And this guy picks me up and says, where are you going? I'm going to Nelson. Is that on the 5? No, it's on the 3. He's like, oh, I'm taking the 5. I'm like, okay, can you take me to the next 2 exits? I know it's only 2.5 kilometers, but I'm really tired of walking. Even though I got to watch sunrise in the mountains for the first time in 8 months, and that's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. I don't know who here has seen sunrise in the mountains. It's gorgeous. So he dropped me off at the right junction. Cool, now I'm here. This is only traffic going on the 3. Wicked. Almost instantly, this truck pulls over. Where are you going? Nelson. Oh, I love Nelson. Where are you going? Penticton. Okay, cool. Well, he was like, I'll take you to the junction. Get to the junction. Junction is this town called Carameus. And there's 43 fruit stands or something on the way into Carameus.